Hi all, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen, and welcome to another installment in the 13 Days of Halloween and 31 Days of Halloween collaborations. I've got this sphere mould, comes with this weird stand, which I'm sure I'll figure out at some point. That's underneath. I thought there was something in the mould. Now, I want to do this with crushed mirror glass, which I think will give a nice effect, but I also want it to be kind of moony colours. So I'm using glitter blue. It says it's a non-sync glitter, but it's more like a holographic interference powder. And I'm going to pop in a bit of diamond dust as well. Got to run low on that one. Have to find my other bottle. So that's the plan. We shall see what happens. But what I need to do first of all is mix up some resin, and for that I need my gloves. Yay! Right. I have got 150 grams of resin pro eye crystal mixed up here. You put quite a bit of this in. There's a lovely, lovely blue cast to it. See how that goes first. And normally I'd only use a tiny bit of this, but I do want quite a bit of sparkle showing, so I'm going to go with a reasonable amount of this as well. I'm going to mix this up before I put the mirror glass in. These non-sync glitters or aura powders, whatever you want to call them, they do tend to start off a little bit clumpy, so they need a bit of mixing in. Checking, I thought my microphone had gone off then. I was going to get all upset. Wouldn't even be the first time this week that's happened. Looks like all the lumps are broken up now. Okay. I'm just going to move that to one side and get some of this broken mirror glass. Quite a lot of this in. I might need a bigger cup. That's that whole pot gone. Now you give it a good stir because otherwise you'll end up with a lot of trapped bubbles in there. There doesn't seem to be a lot of bubbles rising, which is a good thing. They will continue to rise for a while. I think I'm going to have to switch this into a bigger container because it's quite full. I think what I'll do is I'll start putting some in here rather than having to mess about and go and get another container. I'll just take my time, do it slowly, because then I can add more glass to here as I'm fishing it out. And I will speed you through this so as not to bore you to death. I'm just going to carry on filling this up. Hope, beyond hope, that I've got enough of this mirror glass, because I want it to come right to the top of the sphere. I'm actually going to start filling that now. I want more glass than resin, if that makes any sense to you. Otherwise, you do get a demarcation line where all the glass is sunk, and then at the bottom you just have resin. Kind of spoils it a bit, I think. Keep stirring to make sure that I'm not trapping too many bubbles in the bottom there. I'm just going to give that a minute, let the bubbles rise. I'll carry on just adding more of the glass until I run out of either resin or glass or both. And hopefully I won't run out of either. The sphere is actually quite a bit bigger and holds more than I expected, but it will be fine. I will very likely have to go and mix up some more, even if it's just to top up these weird stand things. Main thing to make sure of with these is that the glass is below the level of the resin at the top. And of course that the resin covers these holes at the end. Yeah, I'm going to have to mix up a little bit more. A lot bigger than I was expecting. But I'm not very good at guesstimating these things anyway, as you probably know. Yeah, I'm going to go off and mix up some more resin, and I will be back when we're ready to demold. So I will see you all very shortly. Bye. Hi all. These are ready to demold now. But before I show you that, I used the leftovers for something else, and the cats knocked it off where it was curing, and it ended up like this. So yeah, it's yeah, it must have been well on its way to setting before they knocked it over, because it ended up on the floor. They knocked it off the desk, and it's a bit of a mess. You know, it's still slightly soft. Maybe it'll fall back into place, but half of it's outside the mold anyway. So the joys of being a cat owner. Not that I own the cats, but anyway, let's move on. I'm going to start with the stand. It should be fine because it's been in the mold for, oh, grief, 18 hours-ish, I think. Hmm? Pretty, isn't it? easier, I think, to get this end out first, because the other end is kind of in there. Give it a little twist and it comes out easily enough. Don't actually know how this goes together, but I'll work it out. And there we go. So, oh yeah, kind of like that. I wonder if I can do it the other way though, so that the nicer. No, I can't. That's a shame. I'd just like to have had the nicer side showing on the outside rather than the inside. No matter. There we have it. There's the stand. Now to the fun part, to try and get this out. Now, I did run out of the broken mirror, so I had to top it up with crushed glass. And I thought I'd mixed it well, but what I should have done is tipped it out, mixed it in, and then poured it back in, because I have a line here where it's just crushed glass. Let's give it a go. Resin's always quite sharp around the edges anyway, but since this is full of broken glass, it's going to be more sharp. I'm trying desperately not to cut myself on this edge. And I'm probably going to fail in my attempt not to. It's fairly stretchy, but not. I'm going to have to pull it up against my body to at least start it. Here we go. I was expecting to have to use quite a lot of isopropyl alcohol in here, but so far so good. Wow. That has come out really, really well. That's pretty much as I wanted, except for the fact, obviously, that we haven't got the mirror glass down the bottom. I'm going to trim this off. Let me turn this mould the right way around first. I don't want to get in misshapen. Let's see if I can trim this away. Or most of it, anyway. Because there's glass in there, it's going to be slightly more difficult than if it was just resin. It's doing pretty well, though. And that will need some tidying up, which may not be all that easy because of the glass. You just grab a wipe, because I don't want to brush this away with my hand, given what's in it. I don't want bits of broken glass on the floor where the cats will stand on it either. You need to be quite careful with that. And here we go, bring the stand back in. And it sits in there just like that. It's really nice. It's a bit of a shame about the bottom, but I really don't know what I can do about that sensibly without causing a problem because of the glass poking out. But other than that, I am actually very, very pleased with how it came out. I will get you some photos. Don't forget, please check out the playlist down here. Give us a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, and according to the stats, more than half of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribers. It will never cost you anything, and it does help my channel out a massive amount. So if you could just give the little subscribe button a poke, I'd be very, very grateful. Thank you so much to all my current subscribers, and I will see you all again very soon for the next one. Bye.
In the dragon's cave, the magic's hand made every pore and paint, a memory's laid from